Shalom. Welcome to the Hebrew Heritage Channel. Today we're going to be in Genesis chapter 9 and we'll discuss the blessing Elohim placed upon Noah, the covenant Elohim made with Noah. We'll talk about the rainbow. We'll talk about Noah's drunkenness, and we'll talk about the curse that was placed upon Canaan, Ham's son. So go ahead and grab your Bibles, a notepad, and a pen to take some notes, and we'll get started. Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. And Elohim blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. So before the flood, the animals and men had no fear. They weren't fearful of each other. At that time, man didn't eat meat, and the beast of the field did not eat meat as well. So there was no reason for them to be afraid of each other. But now we're after the flood, and we see that now there is fear in the animals of man. Verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, ye shall not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim made he man. Here in verse 3, you can see that we've been given the green light to eat meat, as well as the green herb that we were eating prior to the flood. Remember when they got on the ark, they had the clean animals and the unclean animals. Well, we are not allowed to eat unclean animals, only clean. So the meat that we can eat needs to be clean. And if you want to know more about the details on what is considered a clean animal versus an unclean animal, you can find that out in the book of Leviticus. So verse 4 is telling us that we are not allowed to eat meat with blood in it. So when you're having your steak and you have it rare, that is not okay with Yahweh. You are not supposed to eat meat with blood still in it. That is life in it. So if you're doing that, you might want to think twice if you want to be good in the eyes of Yahweh. So here in verse 6, you can see that we now have a law against taking another man's life. Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. It's kind of like an eye for an eye. What's done unto them shall be done unto you. Verse 7. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. And Elohim spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And Elohim said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. So what we have here is Yahweh has made a covenant with mankind and the animals not to flood the earth again. And we are included in this because it says, and Elohim spake unto Noah and his sons, saying, And behold, I will establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. That is us. We're the seed after Noah and his sons. In verse 12, it shows us that the rainbow is a token for us to remember the covenant that he made with Noah and his sons, that he would not flood the earth. So when you see a rainbow in the clouds, that is for us to remember that he will not flood the earth. Now, this rainbow in the sky does not have the same color scheme as the pride rainbow. That lifestyle is an abomination to Yahweh. Being prideful is against the Most High. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Elohim and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And Elohim said unto Noah, This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. All right, so Japheth is Noah's oldest son, Shem is the second born, and Ham is the baby boy. The other two sons didn't have children, and now we see Canaan on the scene. So this must mean that Canaan had to have been born on the ark. Canaan is Ham's son. And verse 19 tells us that Noah's sons were responsible for populating the whole earth. Verse 20, And Noah began to be a farmer, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward. And they saw not their father's nakedness. You see, it says that the nakedness of Noah was uncovered. The nakedness is also mentioned in the law. It says the same thing, except nakedness mentioned in the law is talking about sex. You should not uncover the nakedness of your father, meaning you should not have sex with your father's wife. But here, Noah is drunk and he is physically naked. And you have Ham making fun of him. But when people teach this verse, they want you to think that Ham slept with Noah's wife because they're referencing the law. And that's not what he did. As you can see, the other two sons went backwards so they didn't have to look at their father's nakedness. That's what this was all about. It was about Noah being naked and Ham making fun of him in his nakedness, not having sex with Noah's wife. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be Yahweh Elohim of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Elohim shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Okay, question. Why did Yahweh curse Canaan if Ham was the one that uncovered his father's nakedness? I'll give you the answer. Elohim just blessed Noah and his sons and said, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. That was in verse 1 of chapter 9. And once Elohim makes a covenant with you and blesses you, that blessing can't be taken away. So what happened here is the curse went upon Ham's son. So Ham's son, since he wasn't blessed in the beginning of chapter 9, he took on the curse of his father Ham. All right, so we just finished chapter 9 and broke down all of those verses. Next week, we'll be in chapter 10 and we'll discuss the descendants of Noah's sons. So I pray that you guys have a wonderful week and you join me next week and we'll learn a little bit more. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And until next time, be blessed, family.